Hi beauties, it's Jean Piersanti with Beauty and the Stamper, and I get a lot of people asking me how I do Cricut, so I thought I would do a little video. I'm going to be doing my parents' anniversary, which is coming up at the end of the week, and I thought I would show you how I do it. So first things first, I'm going to get out of shape because I'm going to be doing a 4-inch ornament for them with their name on it and the date that they got married. So I'm going to make a circle 4x4. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out some text, and I'm going to add the text here. So I'll just put the, right, we've got that there, and now we can move that. We can do another text. We're going to put their name there. And we'll move that. And then we'll do one more, and we will do the year. So we'll just do 1969. And so you can put whatever you want, but this is how I tell how it's all gonna fit on there. And I may want to make I'm gonna move this out of the way. I may want to make this a little bit smaller. I may want to make this Olsen's a little bit larger. And then I may want to make this date a little bit smaller as well. And then I can also change the fonts, just going right over here to the fonts. I don't think you could see that. And you can just change the fonts there. So however you'd like. Then once you figure it out, I'm going to move this back, and now I know that I have made this too large with the new font. So I'm going to take this, move it over just a bit there, and measure it right up, and that looks like it will work. Now I've already done it with this over here, and that's when I decided I should probably show you guys how to do it. So I've done it, it fits in there, and then I'm going to get rid of that circle now. And if I want it to be all cut together, I'm going to highlight everything, and then I'm going to come right down here. There's a little thing that's called attach, and I'm going to attach that, and now it's all one thing. So there's no longer 3, it's just 1, so I can move it around. So I've done that. I have found the font that I like, and now I'm going to go right up here, moving this around so you can see. I'm going to hit make it, and then when I hit make it, it's now going, oh, you can see me, it's now going, well, that didn't work, hold on. I'm going to highlight this again, and I'm going to weld them together. So there we go. Now it's all one. It was all one before, but welding means when I hit make it, it's going to cut it exactly that way. If I didn't have the weld, it would just cut it randomly, and then I'd have to figure it all out. So I'm going to hit continue at this point, and that's going to talk to my machine. It's right now looking for the machine, and then once it is, it's going to say to set up my base material. It is a premium outdoor vinyl that I'm going to be using. I've got that on there, and now I just need to go to my machine. So we'll go there. Okay, I'm gonna line up my vinyl, and let me just show you. I am using the Arteza vinyl. I've decided to go with a glossy black since I decided the glitter that I'm going to use is gold, so black and gold I think would be really nice. And if you've done the math, this is their 51st. Last year, of course, we had their 50th. And so I am just having so much fun playing with these ornaments and making them. So I'm just gonna line this up. I want to get it straight because it cuts really close. At least mine does. Okay. I'm just going to push that down, and then before I stick it in the machine, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my ornament. So it's the same way that I did my elf cam ornament. Let me show you here. The glitter. However, I've had somebody tell me that they've used hairspray. Let's get this. I'm going to move this down a little bit. Okay. I've heard people say they used hairspray, and then I remember I used to use the Mop and Glow back in the day. So I'm going to take this, and this is glass, and I'm just putting some of that Mop and Glow in here. And you don't have to put a whole lot, but you just move this around and get it all over. And then what I do is I hold it against my palm like this, and then I really give it a good shake around. Make sure it gets everywhere. And then I take and I let this just drip in, and I can use this again. So I'm just going to hold it like that. It's going to drip out, and I'm going to go and stick the vinyl now into the Cricut. Okay, so you can see that flashing light. We're just going to stick this guy right in here, in between. You're just seeing all of me today, huh? And then we come back over here. We're going to press that light. Oh, nope, it did not work. So I'm going to take this back out. It's very hard to do this at the same time. So I'm going to put that right in there. And then now I'm going to push that in there. And I think, yeah, it did go in there. And now you'll see that little Cricut symbol. And it should start up. And it's going to start cutting out exactly what I told it to write. So while this is cutting, you can just leave it, and then we'll go right back over and get our ornament working again. Okay, I said working again, but I meant prepared. So that has now been dripping there, and I've got out my glitter. This is called Solar Gold. Again, it's my favorite. It's Arteza. So we're going to just open this guy up. All that glitter, not glitter, all that floor stuff. If it gets on the outside, don't worry, we will clean that up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that glitter, throw it in there. Now make sure you get enough in there. This stuff is so inexpensive too for how much you get. So don't worry, you want to get the most in there the first time. We're going to move that around. I'm going to do the other side as well. And we are just going to super coat that. Again, you can use your trick where you just shake it around. Get it all over the place there. And look at it is everywhere. So I'm going to just take it off camera real quick. Shake it around. But, I mean, it's already done. Okay, I have gone ahead and shook it all out. Well, I've shaken it and so you could see, but I wanted to give you a little preview of how much I actually used. So I'm just gonna get a little coffee filter here and show you. Saw how much I put in there. And look how much is coming out. Do you see that? I mean, there's not a lot in there at all. That was it. So make sure you put enough. You can probably get 2 for sure ornaments out of it, out of 1. But look at how beautiful. It's fully covered. And remember, I took it off camera so that I could get it up here. So before I put the vinyl, I am going to clean it. And I'm just going to use some antibacterial wipes. And this is going to get rid of all of any little germs. And these actual antibacterial wipes did dry out because I've had them for so long. So I, for the sake of cleaning these, have put rubbing alcohol, so isopropyl, in there. And so I just clear out, find out what side looks best to me. You can hold it up to the light, see if there's any like lighter spots, darker spots, and for the most part this came out really well. So I'm just gonna, ooh, look how sparkly that is. And now I'm just gonna set it in here just to protect it, because this is glass. And I bought these at Hobby Lobby. They are 50% off this week. And so I thought that was a really good deal for Christmas. All right, let's go get our vinyl out of the Cricut machine. All I'm gonna do is push that reverse and take it right out. I'll be right back. Okay, we've got our cutout here. I'm just gonna take and I'm gonna cut it out with some scissors. Hold on. And we're just going to cut that. I'm just going to do it really quick off camera. And it's not very big. It is a 4-inch ornament. And then the next thing you do is called weeding. And you're just going to take this off. And what you're going to do is you're basically weeding out, and there is a little tool. I also use my take your pick tool, and you're gonna pull out all the pieces that you want to be on your ornament. So the T, the H, and sometimes you have to hold it down with your fingers. The weeding is really the hardest part of it all. I feel. You're gonna have to line that up again. But this is the part that I want to make sure is done carefully, because I don't want to continue to line this part up all the time. I just want it to be in place. I'm going to finish this off camera because these little letters are a little bit difficult when you start playing around with them. If they're not coming out, you could really lose your placement. So I will get this all taken. Well, no, I'll let you see how I do it, because I know a lot of you have asked me about it, and so you might as well see any of the difficulties, right? So if you see a piece of a letter, you just kind of hold it in place there. And then you're going to weed that part out. It's really hard with this particular font. Ugh. Telling you, I don't think there's anything that I don't make mistakes for you. So I got that part down. I'm just going to kind of stick this for a minute because we're going to have to move that. And then we've got this part. And then now I need to work on these letters. So we've got, or not the letters, the numbers. That's the hardest part. And I might have to reconsider the shape of these numbers because they're so thin. And if any of you Cricut or Silhouette people know of a better way, please let me know. Yeah, this is not coming out properly the way I'd like it. So, in fact, a lot of these did not come out. So I think I might have to redo that part again, which is fine. So now that I know I'm going to do that, I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm going to choose a different font for the date. And you saw how easy it was, so it's not going to be too hard there. So I'm going to just line this up. There we go. There we go. And I think this one we're going to go down just a little bit here. So then you're going to want to weed out any additional little pieces that there are. Like once you take out this piece of the S, you'll have another very thin little piece there that we need to keep in place. There we go. And then the same with this O. I'm gonna get some glasses on. When people tell you that, you know, they make homemade stuff, it's not just an easy thing. Sometimes it's a little bit time-consuming, frustrating. Handmade gifts are a really nice gift. And these people that are making these things really, I think they care for you. This is such a beautiful font, but man, it's frustrating. I'm actually worried about that little S because it already looks like it wants to be a pain. Let's see here. It sure is. It's a little pain in the butt. Okay, I'm going to fix this up just a little bit. I'm going to get those numbers and we will be right back. Okay, so I ended up having to redo an S because I wanted it to be very nice and perfect. And so I have this ornament transfer. I just have it as a 4-inch transfer, and it is, all it is the, from the Dollar Tree. It is the shelf liner. It's the clear shelf liner. So I got, oh, that E still didn't come out correct. So I'm going to straighten this E up just a little bit. Now the T wants to go a different way. I'm telling you guys. There we go. The E is still slightly off. Move him up just a little bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, everything else looks good. So I'm going to put that into place. And then I'm going to come back once I get that on there. And I'm going to put that S right where I think it should be. And that looks good. And then you're just going to push that down. I'm going to just take my bone folder and really get in there, make sure everything stays on and right where I want it. Especially these little numbers. And I think I'm gonna play around with this little guy as well. Just because I want it to be perfectly aligned. And you don't want to continue playing with this, but I just feel like that was not in the right place after I moved. Okay, that looks better to me. And nobody's gonna know. It's only me. Nobody else is gonna care. My parents would never know the difference, but I would. Okay. Now we're gonna take this off, and everything is nice and stuck on here. And if I did all my measuring correctly, this should fit on here really, really nicely. So I got that on there nicely, and now I want to get this on here nicely. And again, this ornament is glass. It is very fragile, so I'm just putting it down there, rubbing it, but not too hard. And then I'm going to lightly take this off, and it should come off really nice. Yeah, there we go. And then this can be used over and over, so I just stick it right back on there. And I know that that's a good size for the 4-inch. So I've got that. And now that that part is done, I just go back in. I get the top of the ornament. Here it is. I get the top of the ornament, squeeze this together, and we're going to stick that right back in there. And look at that. Now I'm going to get a nice big black ribbon and tie that to make the hanger. And I just think this will be so pretty and such a nice gift. And I do have these on my Etsy shop. I'll definitely be changing this font to be a little bit more vinyl friendly, but look how beautiful. It's worth the extra time to get that beautiful lettering. So I hope you like this. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up. I certainly do. And I will talk to you later. Bye.